What's going on, everyone? Hope you are all having a nice Labor Day weekend. Matthew Peterson here on the Cleveland Browns Report with an updated Browns record prediction. I thought since we know how many games Jacoby Brissett is for sure starting for the Browns, we could revisit this old subject. Now, two quick disclaimers. One, I hate doing these types of videos or just types of content in general just because we have no idea who is playing after week one. So it's a little ridiculous to stand up here and say definitively that this team is going to win in week 12. So I had a little fun with it. I got a little creative, a little carried away, made a bit of a mockery of myself. So hope you guys enjoy. But let's start with week 1 at Carolina. That's a win. And I'm giving each game a bit of a cliche or a way they're going to win. I'm going to call this a Yorker. What does that mean? Cade York walk-off field goal. It's a Yorker, baby. So I'm expecting maybe a 24-21 walk-off win for the Browns thanks to number 3. All right, so 1-0 now, 2-0 after a solid win against the Jets. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, just a solid win, right? Just a nice Sunday noon home debut against the Jets, and you feel good, right? You get to go into Monday, and you get to listen to sports radio. You get to listen to the Browns Report and not hate your life. Week number 3 against the Steelers, overtime win. That's my hot take right now. Overtime win to start the season off 3-0 with Jacoby Brissett, and everyone's pumped for the Falcons week 4. It's going to be a 4. Oh, no. This is the letdown game. This is the game. Now, everyone's pissed right now watching, and you should be. I don't like myself for doing this, but I could kind of see if the Browns got off to like a 3-0 start, they take down the Steelers in overtime, Kareem Hunt, 12-yard touchdown reception, and all of a sudden we all start looking ahead in the schedule to the Chargers game at home, and Marcus Mariota and the Falcons pick up their first win at home. It sounds dumb. It sounds stupid. It is. But that's also the NFL. It is any given Sunday. You just tell yourself that enough, anything can happen here. But I want you guys right now to DM or mention me on Twitter at Matthew Petey with your hot takes for this season. It could be anything. The hotter the better. So let me know on Twitter at Matthew Petey what your hot take is for the Browns 2022 season. So unfortunately, after the letdown game against the Falcons, it's meltdown mode, right? 3-0 start, now a 3-2 record after a loss against the Chargers, which is somewhat expected, I think. I don't think anyone you're going to find out there is going to say that even if the Browns had Deshaun Watson, they could be obvious winners against the Chargers. This was always going to be a bit of a coin toss game at best. Jacoby Brissett, yeah, I'm going to take Justin Herbert. All right, revenge game against the Patriots after a 45-7 defeat last season. How about we stick it to Mac Jones and the Pats? Good old-fashioned revenge game. Week 7 against the Ravens. This is depression. This is sadness. This is the factory of sadness in terms of losing to the Ravens after getting off to a hot start. And now the losses are starting to catch up with the Browns a little bit here. They are 4-3 after 7 weeks of football. Still above 500. Bengals around the corner. Monday Night Football, Halloween, pop the champagne. That's a win right there against the Bengals, right? I could kind of see it being seesaw during this the second quarter of the season, really. So a champagne type of victory to go into Halloween and everything like that. Give me that win right there. Week 9, it's a bye. Catch our breath. We got tough. This is the gauntlet. This is the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Bucs. I call this a who cares game against the Dolphins, okay? A loss against Miami, who cares? You know, Tua, Tyreek, who cares, right? I mean, you could afford to have this loss, so you just tell yourself that. It's a noon game on Sunday. You just kind of coast off into the rest of the day watching Red Zone and the 3 o'clock slate and Sunday Night Football, and you just tell yourself, I never even wanted to beat the Dolphins. Who cares? Who gives a damn? Week 11, a loss against Buffalo, expected. Sort of like the Chargers game. No one out here is going to be banging the drum of they've got to beat the Bills if they want any chance this year. An expected loss. You can already build it into your schedule. No sweat whatsoever. They're not losing 3 in a row. Give me a steal, right? Your cliche stole a victory. We just stole one right there against Tom Brady and the Bucs because everyone is thinking, okay, slow down a second. Dolphins, Bills, if they don't get one of those two, they're going to lose 3 in a row coming out of the bye. No. At home, in front of the dog pound, Tom Brady, if that's a night game especially, it's not, but imagine he would forget what down it is. He'd be getting ready for Betty at like 8:30. Not an issue, a steal right there. All right, Deshaun Watson's debut is going to be a massacre against the Houston Texans. The Browns absolutely dominate. Long neck David Mills. Call it 45-13. The Texans don't even make their second extra point. A massacre of a win in Deshaun Watson's debut. Week 14 against the Bengals. I call this a touche game. Beat them the first time. Got the champagne going. Touche. Point to the Bengals. Okay, they split the series this year. That's fine. Browns are still treading their head above water right now. Moving on into the Ravens game. This is a win, and this is more than just a win. This is the type of win that now you get to see the Browns logo higher up in terms of the In the Hunt graphic on NBC, CBS, and Fox, right? And Chat Sports, of course. So this is a win that gets you in the hunt, in the playoff picture. A win against the Lamar Jackson and the Ravens at home. A huge statement win for Deshaun Watson in his 3rd game back. Before we wrap up my schedule prediction, week 1 right around the corner and no other place to make your bets rather than BetUS. So get started right now at chatsports.com/bet. Put in promo code Browns125 in. They're going to give you a 125% deposit bonus. Bet it on week 1. Right now, Vegas is the U.S. Treasury. They are printing free money for you. Browns, not even +3. Give me the money line, right? Nut up, money line, +155. Free Benjis in your wallet. Get started today. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Browns125. Okay, so this is going to be a tough one to swallow. But week 16 against the Saints, this is your WTF game, right? You just come off a win against the Ravens. It makes no sense, right? Ricky Bobby, I got a pretzel in my head right now. Cal Naughton Jr., how do you lose against the Saints at home? This is one of those any given Sunday. You're good for 1 or 2 of those every single season. Listen, if you wanted someone to come up here and just give you chalk and go, they're going to win the games they're favored in and they're going to lose the games they're underdogs in, this ain't the show for you. All right, week 17 at Washington. This is a whopping, not an ass kicking, which there's a big difference. This is a whopping. This is a good old 33-10, especially after a hot start in the first half. Maybe pump the brakes a little bit in the second half. A good whopping against Washington. Now, before we show the Steelers game, the Browns right now are 9-7. They are right on the line for making the playoffs, which makes Week 18 at Acrisure Field, a playoff game. Call it a win. This is the playoffs, right? Playoff football for the Browns will start Week 18. Lose, you're out. Win, you're in. So call it a playoff win, and the Browns with Deshaun Watson get hot down the stretch, and they are, and you can picture it now, the number 1 team no one wants to play in the postseason because they got hot at the right time. So to round it up, let's look through the entire schedule prediction. Browns get off to a nice 3-0 start, then the ultimate letdown, flip your table, throw your TV out the window game against the Falcons, home loss against the Chargers, and then you've got wins against the Patriots, the Bengals, a bye, Miami as well, and then a loss against Buffalo, win against Tampa, win against Houston. Fortunately, you split with Cincinnati this year, so that's a loss, but a win against the Ravens, loss against the Saints, and then 2 wins to round it out. So the Browns go 3-1 in the last quarter of the season, 10-7 wild card game against Tampa Bay. You heard it here first. Maybe the Packers get the 1 seed and the Bucs get the 2 seed. So a 2-7 down in sunny Florida. Call it a win right there. Super Bowl Brownies. What could go wrong? All right. Before we wrap it up, what's your record prediction? I've got the Browns going 10-7 this year. Let me know what your 2022 record prediction is down in the comments.